welcome to One on One with Mitch Lafon. And joining me on this episode, it is Axel Rudi Pell and Hardline singer Johnny Gioeli. We talk about his new album on Pledge Music and a lot more stuff. Before checking that out, please check me out on Twitter at Mitch Lafon, MITCHLAFON. And with that, here is the one, the only singer for Hardline, Johnny Gioeli. We are speaking with Hardline frontman Johnny Gioeli. I think I got that right, huh?
You got that. It was like a pasta dish. You said
I'm almost part of the family at this point.
You are almost, man. Almost.
Right in there. So we're going to talk Hardline. Of course, the new album came out in 2016, Human Nature. But you've got a debut solo album, which, as we speak, is currently called Debut Solo Album.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions, man? Just send them my way.
Well, you know, Mitch Army, Mitch Minute, one-on-one with Mitch. No. But let's talk about that, and then we'll go back to Hardline. What is it about this solo album that you can't do within the name Hardline? Why step outside of that band or brand?
I'm just completely bored, and I want something to do. No, kidding. Why? Well, two reasons. Number one, when you take on a solo project, you become solely immersed in the creativity. That's first for me. I wanted to do something where I didn't have a guy saying, hey, try this. We'll do this. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And I am, collaborating with a few different guys and stuff, but I'm getting old, man. And I'm at a point in my life where I want total creative control of some new music. That's number one. Number two is the young gentleman that I'm helping out through Pledge Music and this whole campaign here, the pledgemusic.com/Johnny Gioeli, helps this young gentleman. And I think we touched upon this, last time I was on, but Joe Barber, young man, 19 years old, had a terrible diving accident here locally in my hometown here in Connecticut, and he is rendered paralyzed. And this is a kid who's a star athlete, dives into the water, hits a rock, and in 2 seconds, his life has changed. I said, I got to do something. What can I do? I mean, everyone can just cut a check. Here you go, man. It'll help you with medical expenses. I wanted to do something more. And I said, how can I, show this kid that I care and show him that people around the world who don't even know him care as well. And that's when Pledge Music and the solo album was created. So we have, I have fans around the world that are pledging, which is pledging, donating. They get cool exclusives from the campaign, T-shirts and backstage passes and all my personal memorabilia, which I have given up. And when they purchase those items through Pledge Music, plus purchasing the solo album and my Colorblind CD, which is like an EP, which would be part of the sort of the whole solo package, they're donating to the Joe Barber cause, which is called Go Joe Go. And it's the coolest thing, man. So for me to be able to see people around, from Bangladesh saying, hey, man, Joe, keep working, keep striving, keep going. It's brought new life to him as well. So this is a charitable thing. It's a creative thing. And I'm enjoying every step of it. It's really, I'm loving this.
Are any of the songs written for him in terms of lyric wise?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Not yet. But that's a very good idea, man, actually. But,
yeah, it wouldn't be bad to have like a bonus acoustic track, just sort of summing it all up.
Something uplifting. Yeah, the whole record so far is very positive. I have a song that I do these little snippet previews to get people to, engage in the social activity, engage in the solo record, and the creation of a song called Drive, back when we used to just crank our stereos and just blast what we love to hear. From our cars at every single red light, you turned it up louder. Anyway, a song called Drive. And the whole album is just very positive. It's uplifting. So that is a fantastic idea. And I'll see if I can incorporate some cool acoustic piece.
Yeah, see?
Him.
See, I'm not just an interviewer. I'm also musical director. So
you are. Do you need a credit? You need a credit on the album for that?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll pledge on it after. No,
I think we just call it the Mitch Lafon solo project,
yeah,
featuring Johnny Gioeli, something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm actually down for that.
Okay.
You know, Hardline, of course, is melodic rock. The solo album, is it still melodic rock, or are we doing, a heavy song and a country song and a ballad? Like, where are we musically on this one?
No, I think it's me. Hardline, the original Hardline from 25 years ago. Jesus, let me go get my cane. Is I wrote 98% of that album, and that's who I am. That's the music I love. So will it be so far off base? No, not at all. It's my creation. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not doing any country, reggae, thrash, metal, hip hop. It's just a really uplifting, positive. You just want to turn these tunes up very loud and feel good record. There's no so.
Yeah,
no surprises, no massive surprises on it.
Okay, so fans will certainly recognize the voice, and then of course the style.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Hardline.
Sure.
Last album came out in we'll call it the third quarter of 2016, or at the end of 2016.
Sure.
Talk to me a little bit about Human Nature and getting back together with, I guess it's sort of a new band, right? With Alessandro Del Vecchio and Francesco Giovino. Is that how you say it?
Giovino, exactly.
And he plays with Primal Fear as well, doesn't he?
He does. He's drummer for Primal Fear too. Yeah, these days we play in. I'm in like 47 different bands, and no, I'm kidding. But he does. He plays with Primal Fear. Yeah, well, this band, so we had Danger Zone, and Human Nature. This is, for me, the new Hardline band. I love these guys. Anna Portalupe, I've got it's like my Italian crew. So, and the reason I did this with these guys, first of all, they're like my family. I love them all. We all get along so great. And of course, Josh Ramos, who I've been playing with him forever now, and is these Italians, they can cook, man, and eating is important to me. I have to eat, Mitch. I have to eat good. So when you create a band, it should be an Italian band.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Sorry,
I'm kidding.
Sorry, but I was actually coughing, so I hit the mic. But if you're going to do the Italian food thing, then you should definitely come to that place I was telling you about before, the Brass Monkey, that has catering by their own private Italian restaurant. That's the way to travel.
That's it. Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
That's the key.
Talking about that, you are going to hit the road soon. A couple of dates coming up in February, a couple of dates coming up in May. Are you looking to get Hardline on the road in a more active way in 2017?
Definitely. So we are actually embarking on our first leg, actually starting in May, May 21st in Italy. We'll be playing in Italy, and we're going to announce all this stuff socially so all the Hardline fans can check in, Facebook and all that kind of good stuff. We're in Italy. We're in England at the Robin. We're at Zev 7 in Switzerland. We're doing a festival with MSG in Spain, in Madrid, Spain on the 27th. We're in Lisbon, Portugal on the 28th. We're doing Rock of Ages festival. We're putting together, it's not final, but Sweden Rock is right there. What the heck else? We're everywhere. So the short answer is, we're doing Grass Pop in Belgium. So yes, this album, Human Nature, to my surprise, actually charted in the Billboard Top 100. It's the first new Hardline record that has charted since 1992, and it just happened. It's doing very, very well. And I said, you know what? We can't just sit back. People love this record. Let's go and play. So that's what we're doing. So tour leg number 1 starts in May, and then sporadic, festival shows throughout the summer. And then in October, we'll head back to Europe and do leg number 2. And then we're going to head straight to Canada and do a week's worth of shows there with your help.
There you go. I'm all down for that. Now,
okay, cool.
Of course, so let's get you into the Brass Monkey.
Let's do it.
Human Nature, of course, did come out on Frontier Records.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about that label, because it seems to me that it's sort of the only label that is embracing melodic hard rock, and it just appears to me that every release now is a Frontier's label release. I mean, it's almost like you haven't made it unless you're on Frontier. So how important are they to the scene, to you personally, to the band?
Yeah, well, yeah. Serafino Perugino is, what a name, right? Serafino Perugino. It's like that's a pasta dish right there.
I mean, you need a few more people that are called Mike Smith, because this is getting
way
too complicated for me.
I'm telling you. I'm thinking about changing my last name. It's hard. Gioeli. It's hard enough. I think Johnny Smith.
Johnny G. That's it.
That's it. Johnny G. We're going with it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, so Frontiers, they've been around for a long time, and Serafino, as the founder, CEO of that label, is a massive melodic rock lover. So he didn't enter this business to be in the business. He entered this business for his passion and love for melodic rock. So, and he saw, a great way to take some of these fantastic bands in this genre and keep it alive for them. I mean, he saved a lot of people's asses. I will tell you that right now, man. There were bands that were probably flipping burgers, and then Serafino has revived them. And I'll never forget Serafino. He emailed me and he said, "Johnny, I want you to do another Hardline record." And I said, "Absolutely not." He goes, "Why not?" I said, "Moving on. That's it." He goes, "No, you cannot let that die. You cannot. It is not ready to die. You must keep that music going." I said, "Serafino, thank you, but no thank you." A week later, we got to do a Hardline record. No, Serafino. A month later, we got to do a Hardline record. And finally, when the black car showed up in front of my house, I said, "Okay, I'll do it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like that. But I agreed, and they're also like family. I know everybody within that company. There's a certain way we do things. It's a relaxed atmosphere. There's no pressure. Like when I do a Hardline record for Frontiers, I go, okay, delivery of the master is ? Who knows? Because it's creativity. He understands that. I can't say, okay, September 3rd, I'm going to deliver all the songs. It's ridiculous, man. It's like, it's like a painter doing a paint by number. Okay, fill in the number 1 to number 2 and hand over the painting. Not doing that. So that's the great thing about the label. And they do have some very good distribution channels. So if you are, a seasoned artist and you make a record, you got a good chance it's going to be heard and sold and et cetera, et cetera. So It's a great place to be for this type of music. It really is. Yeah,
he does. They do such great work. Another album, Game of Sins, Axel Rudi Pell, came out in 2016 as well. Yep. You are the singer on that. Yes. And, of course, you worked with Bobby Rondinelli on drums, which is like...
Bobby, yes.
Yeah, one of those names, right? I mean, he's sort of done everything. Talk to me a little... He's
played with everyone, Mitch. We have a running joke. Like Bobby's like, I did a record with her. We just did a track. I just did a duet for a new ballads record, an ARP Ballads 5 with Bonnie Tyler. Do you know Bonnie Tyler?
Yeah, of course.
Totally Eclipse of the Heart.
She covered... a Kiss song, Hide Your Heart, and John Regan, who was in Frehley's Comet, has played bass with her.
Oh, right on. Yeah. So we do this Love's Holding On song. We do a duet together, which is coming out on the next ARP record. And so the big joke is like Bobby, we look at him and he's like, yep, I played with her. Bobby Rondinelli's played with everybody. But he is 98 years old. So when you're 98, you play with a lot of people.
He's actually only 61, but
that's true. That's true.
But I mean, of course, he has played with Quiet Riot, Rainbow, Black Sabbath. But talk to me about being on the Axel Rudi Pell album, and in terms of further projects, do you just sort of come in and step in and be the vocalist for a day and then off you go and he gets somebody else, or is that another band that you sort of have to work into the schedule?
No, that's a band that I've been involved with and
For
the
a long
singer
time.
for now 18 years, bro. That's a long time. So Oceans of Time was 1998. So what's that? We're going on like 19 years.
Yeah.
So no, I'm the singer of ARP. I love that music because it brings me back to when I was like 12, 13 years old, listening to Rainbow and Sabbath and Dio and so for me to sing that metal kind of sound, Wizards and Dragons and Rainbows and Dark Moons and Silver Linings, it comes very easy for me. I enjoy it. And we knock those records out quite quickly. I sing one of those records in 4 days. We're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Yeah. So and we enjoy it. So yes, that's one of my bands. Yep. So there's 3 main projects that I have. I have Hardline, which is my baby. That's right. My baby. Always will be. There's Axel Rudi Pell. And then I moonlight with Crush 40. Crush 40 is it's gaming music that I've created with my partner Jun Sonoy for Sega. And it's very, very popular, man. It's like mind-blowingly popular stuff, how gaming music meets the game. And there's a gazillion hits on all these songs on YouTube, and we have albums out with Crush 42. And I just counted. It's crazy, man. I just counted since the start of my career, which was literally at 11 years old professionally. I have now 69 albums, 69 project albums completed. I'm like, holy crap, that's a lot of damn albums. So I've done a lot of stuff, man. I like it though. I like to keep busy.
We might have to do an Axel Hardline Johnny solo triple bill. Just keep you busy all night.
Well, you know what? I'm doing one of those, bro. No shit. In Belgium at the Grass Pop Festival, we're doing an Axel show, and then I've got a Hardline show. That's no shit. And the promoter's like, can you do that? I'm like, hell yeah, I can do that. Let's rock, baby. Let's do it.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a day of drinking hot tea and honey. But
yeah, it will.
Let me go back into the discography. Diamonds Unlocked from, I guess you're calling it just ARP. I call it Axel Rudi Pell. But a whole bunch of covers. And on there, and I think I might have said this a million times before, but it's just because I love it so much. You do a cover of Kiss's Love Gun. And that is done so meticulously, so well, so original. Just talk to me about that whole project and about the choosing that song and reworking the arrangement. I mean, it's masterful.
Wow, bro! Thank you you very much, man. Well, look, I've always been a massive fan of Kiss, since I was itsy bitsy. And I've drawn and traced every single album cover as you have. And it was actually Axel's idea to do Love Gun. And we got approval from Kiss, and which was that in itself was exciting. I mean, when Kiss says, yeah, sure, you can copy our song, you're like, are you kidding me? That's freaking just the coolest. So that alone was like, whoa. Now you're faced with, okay, this is serious now, and we're remaking a very popular song. We can't blow this. And so I took a little bit of time on that one, and I enjoyed every minute of it. I tried not to overthink it, just sing it Johnny G style, and let it come out. And that's what happened, bro. And I'm glad you love it. But
and of course it has that one of the sort of, I don't know, what do you call them, drum riffs? Are drums riffs? Do they have riffs? Right?
Yeah, kind of.
But it has that
groove. It's like a groove.
That groove or whatever, that very distinct thing, and you managed to rework it, and it's absolutely glorious. And of course, I also want to talk about the album in the sense that you chose to go outside of the hard rock or metal world, covering, U2 and Michael Bolton and Phil Collins. Now, of course, In the Air Tonight, that's like one guitar riff from being a hard rock song. I mean, that's just a great power song. just talk to me, not just about that album in particular, but your sort of background musically. Are you, you're a Kiss fan, but are you also a Michael Bolton fan? Are you also a U2 fan? Does your musical wings stretch throughout all these different genres?
It never used to, Mitch,
Okay.
honestly. I was sort of I was a bit just focused on melodic music. I was one-dimensional, man. And it wasn't until about 5-6 years ago when I really started spreading the wings out because first of all, I never had a music collection, and I didn't buy CDs. I didn't listen to 50 million different bands because I'm a songwriter, and I hate being influenced by different music and songs, and like I'm going to write something that sounds like that. For me, I wanted to keep everything. If I had an idea, it was just me. I don't know how if someone says, "Oh, you're a guitar player. That's cool, Johnny. You play guitar. Can you play me a song? Like, can you play that song from Metallica?" No, I don't know how to play anybody's songs. Can I figure them out? Yes, I can figure them out. But so I don't. To answer your question, I love and can pull out anything cool that works for me from any artist, whether it's a pop song, a rap song, a country song. I appreciate what goes into making music, bro. And even if I don't completely love a song, I can always pull something out of it and say, wow, that was freaking cool the way he or she did this, that, and the other at that bridge section or whatever. I'm a songwriter, so I love, for me, it's like there's some math involved in it, and then, of course, all the creative stuff, entangled with it. But so, when you have a record like Diamonds Unlocked, for me, that's really exciting because it is far removed, when you're doing Like a Child Again from The Mission, like a child again. I mean, this is just something that wouldn't normally come out of my mouth. And for me, it's fun. It's cool. It's challenging. So,
And that's the way it should be.
I think so, man. Yeah, I think so.
I'll get back to Kiss here for a second. Both being fans, the band is at some point going to announce a full 2017 tour. For you, Ace Frehley or Tommy Thayer?
Ace Frehley, brother. You kidding?
Yeah.
I love Tommy. No offense. Cool, great.
I agree, and it always bothers me when people say it's offensive to. No, Tommy's a great guy. He's very personable, very nice. He's extremely talented. Nothing against him.
Not at all.
But he's not Ace Frehley.
No, come on. When you say, the second you said Ace, the hairs on my arms stood up.
Right.
It's fucking Ace Frehley, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's Ace Frehley, and that's the way it should be. And
yeah, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
no offense, Tommy.
No, and it's just weird. This morning on my Facebook, I posted a picture of Bon Jovi, and they played last night at Mohegan Sun, and the crowd was sparse. And I said, "Oh, I'm not used to seeing a Bon Jovi show with empty seats." And people are like, "Oh, why are you bashing them?" It's like, no, I'm not bashing them. It's just I'm just not used to. And that's the same thing with Tommy and Ace. I don't understand why people automatically think it's a bash if you just happen to say, "Well, I like Ace more."
Yeah, I know. I'm with you, man.
It's bizarre.
But really, was it sparse? Was it sparse? Because that makes me nervous. I feel bad for John.
Well, listen, to be fair, it was a private sort of dress rehearsal show that they had, the Mohegan Sun Casino had organized for high rollers. You couldn't buy tickets. They had invited high rollers. So yeah, it was sparse, and it was sparse for a very specific reason. It's that the whole world wasn't invited to it. So, but when you see the picture, I'm used to seeing Wembley Stadium sold out. I'm used to seeing Giant Stadium packed. So it is a natural reaction to say, "Oh my God, he's playing to a crowd that's not all there." And so, but it's not an insult. I mean, God forbid.
I think what happened shortly after that show is he called Donald Trump our new president because Donald Trump's inauguration was also very sparse.
Yeah, right.
And those two got together. They're going to reinvestigate the Bon Jovi show, and they're going to – all right, we're not going there.
Yeah.
We're not going there.
Well, yeah, it was Russian hacking.
It was Russian hacking. That's right. They go right into Ticketmaster. I hate when they do that, sons of bitches.
Yeah, so there you go. But anyway, it was just weird. The point
Yeah.
being is that it's weird that people always think that because you like Ace or you like this, that you're somehow bashing some other thing. You know, it's you worked obviously with Neil Sean, and if you say, hey,
Right.
I like Arnel Pineda, they go, how dare you not like Steve Perry? It's like,
Yeah. Do you think he's better than Steve Perry?
it's like how do
No, I
you
don't
get
think he's
that out
better.
of this comment? I just happen to think that Arnel does a good job. Is that so offensive? Anyway,
I know.
we're way off track, of course. So
Yeah.
the new debut solo album, currently titled debut solo album.
Debut solo album, inspired by Mitch Lafon, one-on-one with.
Yes.
Yes.
Have we set a, let me see here. It's, I have it in front of me. It's pledgemusic.com/projects/Johnny Gioeli.
Oh, if I didn't know the projects was in there. Okay, that's cool.
It is.
Well, I'm from the project, so that's all right.
It is. It is. Is there a specific release date on this that we can see?
It's going to be a spring-summer 2017 release.
Okay,
yes.
perfect.
So I wish I could be more definitive, but that's all I got.
I got to tell you, ZZ Top's first album was called ZZ Top's first album, right?
Yes.
I say just call this one debut solo album. I think that would be
Debut
hilarious.
album. Debut solo album.
I think that would just
like
be
this.
it would be absolutely hilarious. It's Johnny G's debut solo album. That's
It's DSA, man. Debut solo album. You know what, Mitch? I may go with that.
Hey, if it worked for ZZ Top, you certainly cannot complain that their career went sideways by calling their first album ZZ Top's first album. So there you go. Always a pleasure. I do know you have to run off and get your son. So on that,
We've got hockey practice, bro. Hockey practice. Sometimes hockey takes precedence over
interviews.
music.
Well, listen, being a Montreal Canadiens fan, the only team, by the way, worth being a fan of.
Okay.
Well, it's true. Well, you're not going to be you're not like a Rangers fan, are you?
You had to say it, right? So my son is a junior Wolfpack, so he's lined in alignment with the New York Rangers. Yeah, so we're Rangers fans. Sorry, everybody.
Had you said Hartford Whalers, I could have had some respect, but
yeah. Well, okay. Well, so his coach is Bobby Crawford, who was a very famous NHL and Whalers player. Bobby Crawford. So
didn't Crawford coach the Avalanche? Didn't he go work with a Colorado? Wasn't there a Crawford?
So there is a couple Crawfords.
Okay.
So Bobby has a brother who's a scout, and yes, another one who's a coach.
Okay.
And Bob Crawford is the player. So he was with the Rangers. He was with.
So wait a minute. Your son is with the Hartford Wolfpack. I mean, because that's the triple. No, not the AAA. What do they call it? AHL. So he's an
No. My son is what you call a junior Wolfpack, Hartford Junior Wolfpack. He's a AAA player. He's a Tier 1 AAA player. Okay. So that's like the top, that's top tier player. Yeah, he's amazing, but he's only 12. He'll be 13.
Oh, okay. So
he stays with this program, and hopefully he'll be able to retire his dad a little sooner than expected. We'll see.
So there is potential NHL caliber playing going on here. So that's real exciting. That's
bro, we're on the ice minimum 5 out of 7 days. It's nonstop. It's 2, 3, 4 hours with on ice 2 hours and then off ice training. He's 12 years old. He's in the gym with personal trainers. I mean, they take this stuff seriously now. It's insane.
Oh yeah,
but
and that's a dedication and devotion from parents too. I mean, it is a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. I no longer feel my testicles. They're completely numb from being in the cold.
Yeah, I can imagine. But there you go. That's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to having him as a Montreal Canadian in about 7 years.
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll take it.
Thank you, sir. Look forward to debut solo album. There you go.
Debut solo album by Mitch Lafon and Johnny Gioeli, partner.
All right, and of course some shows in Canada.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, man. Thank you,
everyone.
Have a good
one. Cheers.
Appreciate it. See you, man.
Bye-bye. And there you have it, folks, my interview with Johnny Gioeli. Oh, he would be so proud in the way I said that. There you go. His new album is on Pledge Music, so head over to pledgemusic.com. Look up Johnny Gioeli. and pledge on his album. It will obviously be great. And send in some album title suggestions. Why not? And there you go. Check me out on Twitter at Mitch Lafon. Google Mitch Lafon should you find me or want to find me anywhere else. I am ubiquitous. So there you go. And well, that's it. That's it. We're done. We're done. That was painless and fun. It was painless and fun. And we agree. Ace Frehley all the way. Bye for now. Oh my.